The following footage is certified PG. Pretty great.
All right, and welcome everybody to the Dad Hat Chronicles Sports Show. It's the Dad Hat Chronicles Sports Show.
It's early. Welcome to Breakfast Takes.
Yeah,
Monday morning breakfast takes. Yeah, it's hey, he's shaking the ice off the brain there a little bit with it. We both were frozen in yesterday. So
welcome to the tundra. Welcome to the tundra. This frozen tundra is.
Who would have known the Carolinas would be a sheet of ice?
Dude, it's been a weekend already. It's funny because we're expecting like 2-3 inches of snow, 4 inches of snow, then none now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I told Rhonda earlier in the week, and she was like, "Oh, we're going to get so much ice," and I'm like, "It's just going to get rain. We're going to get rain." And what do we get? We got rain. Dude. We got a little bit of ice. I mean, we got up yesterday, and I think I don't know if I sent the group. I know I sent a couple of people a picture because they were asking how it was. I said, I don't know how we're going to get Rhonda's car out from under this ice, and it was just like the thinnest layer of ice on. It was like a frosted over glass or something.
It's funny you say that because we were like fully expecting to have some snow and everything, and we got ice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was just like, oh my god, can we just get this done already?
Yeah,
so
I'm glad we didn't we didn't get ice like Tennessee and some of the other places got ice and a lot of trees down and everything. I see Phil on here already. He got nothing down where he's at. He's got a 2-hour delay, so hey, Phil doesn't have to go to school yet. So
there you go.
Good for him.
My daughter's school got canceled.
Yeah, I think they canceled a lot of school around here for today. I mean, with all the rain and the temperatures were getting down below freezing last night, that it was supposed to be pretty icy on the roads today. So I get it. You know, just be cautious. Don't get out there. Don't get the last thing you need is school buses out there.
So it's currently over here. It's 35 degrees.
Yeah, it's 36 here. That's what I was just looking at. It says it feels like 26, but it's 36, so it's already above freezing. So it's not like it's going to stay icy.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like it's already. And I went outside because obviously I get up way too early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning, and they were already. So it's like up. Like I can see that like all this stuff was already melting. So it's like a hot mess out there.
Oh,
and I get that part. Like I was like, all right, maybe we should, you know what I mean? But then I was like, we talking about like, maybe put our daughter in camp. We tried to do that. Oh, and cancel.
Yeah.
So there's that, So good gracious.
Yep.
Anywho. Welcome everybody to the Breakfast Takes. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Head. With me, I got my good friend Donnie Weiss, the mayor. We're going to talk about anything and everything that it is North Carolina, South Carolina sports specific. We are going to be touching a little bit on the NFL games that happened yesterday. Very good games.
Yeah.
I was actually happy to see that they were actually both of them were really good games. The Denver one was wild. The Denver Patriots was wild. It was just like that. It was clear like the whole time, and all of a sudden, boom! It hit.
You know what the funniest thing about that is?
Yeah.
So I told you before we got on here that Ron and I we were finishing up binge watching Stranger Things, and so we were like trying to get through to the last episode before the football. It's close on that 4 a.m. So by the time we flipped over to the game, it's like second quarter. I'm like, okay, it's Denver's. It was right before Denver went for that fourth down instead of kicking the field goal.
Yeah.
We kind of jumped in right about there, and so we're watching the game, and I was sitting there kind of scrolling through some social media off and on, and we had some text threads going back and forth too. And
yeah, we did.
The most amazing thing to me was that I'm scrolling through on threads and I see Ranger Amy post a picture outside their house of all the snow they were getting. And her caption was, look out, Denver, this is headed your way. And like clockwork, within about 45 minutes, everything that was like the blizzard that she posted a picture of outside their house hit Denver. I was like, it's like it was just amazing to me that it was, yeah, here it comes, and then boom, there it was on the
And
broadcast.
exactly. It's funny because you say that, and I was talking to Paul about it, and he goes like, "Yeah, dude, it was like we were just watching it. It's like it hit us first, and then we knew it was coming, and it was going to hit them next." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I was like, "Okay, I mean, listen,
Yeah, and then by the fourth quarter, you're looking at that stadium, and you're like, "Man, just think that those whatever it is, 70 something thousand people are sitting there. There's nothing they can do. Like, do
oh
you leave or do you stay or what?"
right." So I was talking to my wife about this, and I was like, how miserable would it be? You're there, right, and then you're trying to like you're excited and all that because you're a Denver fan, but it's just like, it just got miserable. It got
Yeah,
miserable. There's no is a way about it, right? And so I was like, how miserable would it be that all of a sudden you're leaving
right.
and and then like you lost now, right? Like I mean, it's just like, ugh, God.
It's like your day went from so promising to so not promising.
Exactly. So I
It
was like,
was
oh,
crazy.
and so that's what we were just talking. It's like, do you want to be that? You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Do you wanna be there or do you wanna be at home? Because I was like, I don't know. I kinda wanna stay home on that one."
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to sit there in the cold and it's clear, but you're sitting there
Correct.
in the cold, and then all of a sudden it just starts getting blizzard conditions, and it's
Yep.
just like, "Oh my gosh."
Exactly. So, again, good games. No big
Yeah.
deal, right? Like, I mean,
It was
it
still a
was
good game. I mean, it was good back and forth. I mean, unfortunately, Denver's kicker just, he couldn't get anything through the upright. Not all his fault, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's a condition situation that probably
yep.
played a little part of that. But
Questionable calls. Questionable calls, I'm gonna say that,
yeah, yeah,
on both games.
yeah,
And then we'll talk about this. I don't wanna go too much into details because we'll talk about it tomorrow night on the DHC Sports Show, but I am, in the camp of you should have taken the points.
absolutely. I agree with you because I thought the same thing when they didn't go for it. I'm like, why are you going for it on fourth down right there this early in the game?
Yeah, and so there it goes. Anyways,
But
it
at
is
the
what it
same
is.
time, I'm sitting on the couch, so I'm not out there just making these decisions. At the same
Yeah,
time, I can see the thought process of going for it, but you gotta have a better play than that. That was a horrible play
yep,
call.
yep. So on both on the Denver and Patriots, and then um on the Seattle um Los Angeles game, right? That
Yeah.
one, again, there were some, and I'm not. Who am I to question, right? I'm just someone who's doing this sports talk on here from my house, right? Like on my own home studio, right? I'm not been in a game or a business for however many years, so like, I mean, I have no say whatsoever, right? So it's like I get it,
Yep.
but like I think if there's enough of people saying like, dude, take the points and then try to pin Seattle back, and then or even with the Denver game, I was like, take the points because you never know, right? You never know what's going to happen, and you have a group of people that work for you that handle nothing but the weather. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's all they do.
Yeah.
So like, everybody's paying attention to it. Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah, because if you kick the field goal there, you go up 10-0. You're kicking off to them, so you're probably still giving them
Right.
the ball down there. If everything else played out the same, you're at least facing 10-10 late in the game rather
Exactly.
than trying to do something, and
Try
again,
to
you
force
missed
the
it.
subject with a quarterback that hasn't played in how long?
Yeah, 2 years, 2 years. Dude, I went down a small rabbit hole yesterday because I saw a comment about his father-in-law.
Hmm. Oh
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, did you see the story about yeah, what his father-in-law does in the background there?
Hmm.
I mean, that's
Dude's taken care of. He ain't got to worry about anything else.
exactly. I mean, I was like, was it the Sixers, the New Jersey Devils they're a part of,
Yep.
Chelsea, my soccer club that didn't do too good yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, not Chelsea, Crystal Palace, I'm
Crystal
sorry.
Palace. I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
lost to
about.
Well, yeah, we lost to Chelsea, so I had that on the brain. But Crystal Palace, Washington Commanders, I
Yep.
mean, they're dudes connected and yeah,
He's he'll be well taken care of for the rest of his life.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
But
marry the
listen,
daughter of a guy like that, you ain't gotta worry about much
you ain't
unless
got to
you
worry about
know.
shit. So there's that. Good for him. Good for him. You know. So, but again, like it was a good game. Both of them, they were really
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it. I was having it in the background. I was like, I was playing with my daughter the whole time, so it's like going in and out. So it was like
Yeah.
keeping a child, 7-year-old, entertained the whole time. It when you can't go outside, right?
Right.
So it was fun.
Well, I saw y'all did go outside and throw a ball early.
I
I'm
did.
like, dude, what are you doing out there in shorts, man? Are you crazy?
Short story. It don't bother me.
Yeah.
You know, like I was fine. It was
Mm.
no big deal to me. She was on the other hand, it's like, no, daddy, I'm cold. I'm very
Yeah.
cold. I was like, I get it, kid. I get it. So the feet don't bother me. The cold is just the fingertips. That's what the part that when it gets cold, that's when I have issues, is my
Right.
fingertips. So I'm glad that I'm not in the north though. Like, I mean, they got hit by definitely some good weather up there.
Yeah.
So all right, guys. Again, good games. We will talk about more on that tomorrow on the DHC Sports Show at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned for that because I think it's going to be a good, lively debate on these two games because some of us were on the other side of like, no, you go for it, or you know what I mean. So it was really good.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we have discussions like that, right? Because it makes us like not be all of us agree on the same thing.
Absolutely. I mean, that's
So,
the thing. If you all agree on the same thing, then
and what's the point?
it's the point. There's no, yeah, it's not good discussion. It's like, yep, okay, that was good. Let's move on.
Okay, whatever, bro. Exactly.
Exactly.
But the one thing that we were talking about, you know what I mean, and then we were texting back and forth yesterday. I went down the rabbit hole, by the way, guys. I went down the rabbit hole yesterday, because we have been in with this discussion, Donnie and I, about the transfer portal, right? In college football, the transfer portal, the number of people that have been, entering the transfer portal, even after the championship, like the backup quarterback, Mendoza's little brother, enter the transfer portal
Oh yeah.
this year.
And what gets me too is the number of players from teams that did so good. Like,
Ohio
um,
State.
yeah, well, and the kid from Tony from Miami. I mean, here
Mhm.
you are. You're on Miami. Miami like came out of nowhere this year
Yep.
and did fantastic. And all of a sudden, you're the top player for Miami, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna go to Ohio State." Like seriously? Like you're not gonna stay here and keep it going with Miami when you're the best player they have?
I
And
don't get it. I don't get
I
it.
have a friend who's long time. He went to Miami, played baseball down there many, many years ago, older than me. He's he was like, "F the portal," because and he did it because there was a backup quarterback that's been there for 3 years, was sitting behind Carson Beck, should step up to be the next quarterback. But you know what? They're going after a quarterback in the portal. He's like, so this kid jumped into the portal to
Yeah.
leave. And he's like, you got a kid that's there for 3 years, loves Miami, grew up wanting to play for Miami, is a good quarterback. I mean, you don't get to be the backup quarterback
Mhm.
without being at least somewhat good, and you don't get a chance. And that's kind of
Yeah, that's at that point, you're like, "All right, I get it. I see the writing on the wall. I'm not
yeah,
gonna get a chance to play. I'm gonna get out."
yeah. The coach, it's like okay, the coach is like, yeah, we got to go. We're going after this Duke quarterback, or we're going after this quarterback or that quarterback. It's like really,
Mario Cristobal.
yeah,
And so I
Phil. I am loving that he went scorched earth on Ole Miss. I don't know that everybody was loving my take on that, but I absolutely love it. I hope he burns down the whole thing with his evidence. Not that anybody's going to do anything about it because the NCAA has zero
they
power.
don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's sitting here bringing up stuff like this, and the very next day he goes scorched earth, and there's tampering, and there's all this stuff going on. And the NCAA, what do they release? Teams can now put corporate sponsorship patches on their uniforms. It's like,
Yep.
what the hell are we doing here? You have no response to this.
Oh, no,
And your
they don't.
response is, oh, teams can now get more money from outside
Yeah.
and to
What's wrong with
use for
that?
players. It's
What's wrong
like,
with
well,
that? Yeah,
yeah,
what's wrong with that?
yeah. So who knows? I don't know what the biggest business in Mississippi is that probably gave Ole Miss the money to do what they did, but come on.
They don't care.
They don't care. And that whole thing, I mean, I sent you guys the story, and I sent a couple friends of mine, and I'm like, if you read the transcript of his entire rant, verbatim, the points that he puts on there, and the kid, I mean, the kid's the kid, but at the same time, the kid was actually lying to their faces that, yeah, everything's okay. They go to him several days throughout the week, even that morning up until like 2 hours before he decides to change. And he's like tells the coaches, no, everything's good. Everything's good. I'm not going anywhere. And then like an hour later, they get a call from the compliance office. Did y'all know your player's in here, like checking out his options of getting into the transfer portal after he freaking just told them he was not going anywhere? Yeah. They get that call, and then they go to confront him, and he in the driveway of his apartment, and he's like, yeah, I'm leaving. Like, what? Come on.
I don't understand. Is he being manipulated by his agent, or is he doing it on purpose? Like, I mean, because a lot of the things that we have heard so far with a lot of things that's been going on is that a lot of the agents are really like doing some shady things when it comes to transferring and asking for money and all that stuff. So it's like I don't know who or what to believe anymore.
Well, if you believe what they published about at least what the agent told the coaching staff from Clemson, when they confronted the agent about the information they had, his response was that he seemed out of the loop. Like, let me get back to you on my, like, no, I don't, that's not true. He's not going anywhere. Like, either the agent was lying straight face to them, but it sounded in the way he commented like the player was like making this decision
on his own,
and
so he was getting outside counsel and not listening to his agent. I was like, his agent, and that's the thing, though. It's like, a lot of the times we give a bad name to agents, and deservingly so, right? There's some agents out there that, like, are just not in the interest of anybody else, right? And so I was like,
yeah. And I mean, even his dad had said they didn't have a good visit to Ole Miss. They'd gone to Ole Miss before they did their official visit to Clemson, and that was not a good experience. And I get that. I get why it wouldn't have been a good experience, because you're going into that visit right after Lane Kiffin leaves, and there's a lot of turmoil. This was back in December when everything was blowing up on them before the playoffs. So I get that there was turmoil, but still, like, the dad talked about it being a bad experience. Like,
then if there's a bad experience,
how are you letting your son make this decision then?
You got to sit down and talk to this kid.
Yeah. And then the fact that you try to bribe Clemson, like, oh, we'll give you all the evidence and everything. We'll turn over all this for you to go after Ole Miss if you give me an extra $1 million. What?
No, dude, that's not how this goes.
Yeah. They're like, we can get the evidence without giving you $1 million, because that can be found.
Yeah, we ain't going to do that. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
And listen, I have been very critical of Dabo for a while now. I've been very critical of Dabo. He has earned his criticism, and so, but like on this one, yeah, dude, good for him to do that. I was like, yeah, oh, is that what you think?
Oh yeah, I mean, you talk about the phrase these days is taking receipts. Well, he pulled out the receipt. I saw somebody posted in an article. He pulled out a receipt, and it was one of them CVS receipts.
Yeah,
he went down.
It was like a long receipt. Like, oh, here we go. We're about to.
And he's got nothing to lose, because everybody's complained to him about, why aren't you in the portal? Why aren't you going after players in the portal? And he has gone after. He's never not gone after players in the portal. He's just not found players in the portal that he feels are better for the team.
See,
I feel a little differently. Again, you know me. I try to be sensible.
Yeah,
I feel a little differently than that, because I think there are players you could have gotten, or at least made a better attempt at.
I agree. That's where I was going to say.
But at the same time, he's earned that equity with me to make that decision. And I've given him the leeway. I've given him the leash because of what he's done at Clemson over the years. He's given that. And I told you guys, I was at my breaking point. If he kept Garrett Riley another season, I was done with him. So at least he's attempted to make a decision. And then yesterday, looking at the portal stuff, he hasn't brought in a quarterback through the portal. And someone asked him about that. And he said that he likes his quarterback room. I think TigerNet or one of the Tiger websites or social media sites had posted that he hasn't brought a quarterback in through the portal and doesn't seem to be planning to as well. And he commented that he likes the quarterback room he has. It's one of the most talented he's ever had. I'm like, I don't know
I
about that comment, bro.
I was just gonna say, I
Like,
was like, that I highly doubt that it is the most
but
talented quarterbacks.
I commented on there and I said, look, I don't think it's the most talented quarterback room he's had by far. And if he has a very talented quarterback room, then why in the hell weren't you playing some of these other guys in a meaningless bowl game against
Yep.
um, Penn State to get them some playing time? Who cares if you win? It's a bowl game. We've gotten to the point where the bowl games don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Play the other guys then. If they're so talented, why are
Give
you
her an
not putting them out
opportunity.
there to see if you can win with them? And
And
instead
then
of
that you
sticking with Cade just because he's on his way out the door and you're trying to respect him, come
but
on,
not only
man.
that, like, I mean, they were getting their ass handed to them
Yeah,
in the ball game. Put somebody else.
yeah,
You know what I mean? See what you got. I was like, all right, guys, we're about to lose this one. I mean, it is what it is.
yep.
And let's take a look. And by the way, really quick here, guys, thank you for everybody who is on the chat today. We are here talking about nothing, well, everything except for North Carolina, South Carolina sports talk here. We are going to be talking about some of the things that are going on in college football. And then we do touch a little bit about what else is going on across the United States when it comes to NFL, NBA, NHL, things like that.
Yep.
So just want to make sure that everybody is being heard. Hello, Captain. Hello, Renata. Phil, what up, my man? I know Scorch Edge, Old Miss, right? And so I want to make sure that we take a moment to say that.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I'm gonna give Chad Morris a chance to work with these quarterbacks and see what he can do because I think there's something there, but I don't know if there's a starter there that's gonna make us better. We'll just see what happens.
I'm struggling to see how Clemson's going to get better if they haven't gotten a good quarterback. Like you could have had an opportunity to get a good quarterback. I mean, listen, Clemson is a great school, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you could have convinced somebody to go to Clemson as a quarterback, as a good starting quarterback, and you're not taking advantage of that. How many players are in the transfer portal right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we
So
had our opportunities. We were on the short list of a couple of really highly touted quarterbacks,
right.
but they ended up going to other places. Now I don't know if it's because we didn't offer enough money, or
Or
if it was just that Dabo's like, no, we're not really offering.
see, this is my issue with him right
Yeah,
there. Like and again, it's with Dabo, it's like I'm the one that's right on this thing. It's like nobody else is right. I'm the one that's right. Kind of situation. I was like, dude, like I get it that you're at a big school. You know what I mean. You're a big program and all that. Like, I mean, you've been successful, but like at some point, like look at the NFL. What's going on? Like John Harbaugh was fired.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Mike Tomlin stepped down because he couldn't feel he could no longer do the messaging. So like just because you're at a good school doesn't mean that you're going to be there forever. Like, I mean, you're going to get fired eventually if you're not at this point in college football is what have you done for me right now?
yeah. You better make it work. Hopefully, Chad Morris. I was good with the hire of Chad Morris. I've been saying
Mhm.
for 2 years they should bring him back uh, because I think he has a better thought process on running the offense. Um, and no, Phil, I don't think anybody's recruiting high
No,
school.
you know what I think? I think the smaller schools are they're
Yeah,
developing these players and then these players get out.
yeah. And it's funny because as we were talking about the portal, I pulled up. I just typed in college football portal this morning to kind of get some
Mhm.
information on that for our discussion. And the first thing that popped up was from ESPN, college football's top 25 recruiting class, or excuse me, portal classes from the 2026 cycle. So the portal has just become like recruiting. You've got
Yeah,
classes
100%.
now, like portal classes, and who has the best portal class, just like who has the best recruiting class. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Well,
so
here's the thing, and this is the issue that I have with the portal and all that. Like, there are some students that deserve to transfer. Like, I
Sure.
get that. You know what I mean? If you're sitting there and you're not gonna get an opportunity to play because of X, Y, and Z, the coach don't like you, or, there's other players, that are better than you in that school, then you get an opportunity to go transfer somewhere else. But, like, now we're getting to the point where, like, they're transferring just for the sake of, "I'm gonna go to no school. I'm gonna go and try to make more money," and all of that, just because, like, I'm the best here, but I'm gonna be the best somewhere else as well
Yeah.
and make more money there. And that's what bothers me. That's the one thing that bothers me. So, and then, to your point, I went down the rabbit hole of this transfer portal. So I wanted to make it very specific. Um, who who wins the fight between the two of us? None of us. We don't fight. What are you talking about? Uh,
We have healthy debates, Phil.
yeah, we have healthy. Exactly. Come on, get out of here with that. Uh, all right. So I was doing a little bit of research on, out of North Carolina, South Carolina, how many players out of each school are transferring into the portal? They're going into the portal, right? This is kind of interesting. Appalachian State, 41 students, 41 players
Mhm.
are in the transfer portal. Then this is a crazy one. UNC has 21 players. East Carolina, 26. Wake Forest, 23. UNC Charlotte, 21. NC State, 20 players. And Duke, 17. Then I try to look into South Carolina. And I don't know if you had any success. Uh,
No, when
Not
we
a
were
whole
texting,
lot.
and you can't find a collective set of numbers. You have to look under each school individually to try and get something, and some of that's an AI generated response, so I don't
Yeah.
even know how accurate that is.
So we were talking about it, and I think in South Carolina, I mean, it was interesting. I mean, the Gamecocks have a good number of them. Clemson
Still
had
was around 20-ish for a
20-ish.
lot of the schools.
Right. Same with yours. Like, yours is between 15 and 20 is what I said. I was going to tell you, is like, that's the average that I was seeing.
Yep,
And so I there was not a whole lot that I could find, and then I couldn't even find anything on FCS, so I just gave up on that part. Like, I mean, I
right.
couldn't find any information as far as transferring from FCS schools to go to Division One. So it's a big number of students transferring out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And with UNC, because there has been so much turmoil, right, with the head coach, with what's her name? I forget, Bill Belichick's girlfriend,
Oh, Jordan.
Jordan. Right. So there's been a lot going on. Lombardi's there. He has been, he's still typing on his typewriter, right? Like, they're trying to do, like, I was like, dude, no one cares.
Right,
Nobody literally cares. That's why there's technology. Use the laptop, bro. Chill out.
right.
Okay, you're trying to make yourself look like, something that you're not. So let's just stop there, okay?
Yeah,
But, like, there's been so much turmoil with UNC, and to see that there's a pretty big number of players, almost 30 players that are transferring out of that school, it gives me, time, just, oh, okay, what's going on here?
right.
You know, like, do they not want to play for Bill, or is it that the system is not working? Like, what is it at some point, right?
Yeah. It's
All of a sudden, you
excuse
got
me. I know. Also, I had a big cough here when I was getting ready to talk. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I think that the college kids don't, they don't get the message from Belichick. I mean, the NFL guys, it got tired, it got old. I mean, he comes from a different generation, a different way of thinking, and these kids don't give a crap about
they
that
don't give
anymore.
two craps.
None of them are looking at this saying, "Oh, I get a chance to play for Belichick."
Who gives a
And
shit?
he's yeah,
That's what they say.
they're like, yeah, they could care less. Obviously, they could care less who the coach is in most cases now too. It's just what's the
Obviously.
school going to give me, and how many touches am I going to get? Am I going to be one of your star players and make the most money? I mean, it's like free agency in the NFL. If you're not going to be, if you're not going to give me, the big contract and get me the ball, I'm not coming there.
No,
And nobody goes in the NFL and says, I'm going to go play for that coach. No,
correct.
I want to go play for that money.
Correct.
And that's what this has become. And looking at the aforementioned top 25 portal classes, how many of them in the SEC? What's your guess? without even looking. I know you haven't looked at this specific list.
I haven't.
Out of 25 teams, this is ESPN. That's your hint. How many SEC teams are in the top 25?
Oh, you got 4 or 5 of them?
Keep going.
Higher? 10?
12.
Jesus.
12 of the top 25 portal classes are SEC schools.
Come on, man.
How many ACC schools?
Oh, 3 or 4.
3.
Yes, yeah.
The rest are Big 10, Big 12.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just bias. Honestly, and listen, I'm a fan of the Big Ten.
This is a click piece. I mean, you're going to get people to click over there, and you're going to get the SEC guys to click over there.
I was just going to say that's what it is for. Like,
who finished last in bowl and playoff games in their record?
SEC.
Exactly.
The SEC.
Like, none of it ever tracks. Like, they're the you talk about that. It means more. They're the premier conference. No, it doesn't,
brother. I was thinking about that. Like,
promoted
doing the college football, like the bowl season and the playoffs. I was like, the SEC did play like shit.
Yeah, they always do, because it goes back to, if you start off highly ranked and all you do is beat up on each other that's also highly ranked, if you're going to all be ranked in the top 15 and you beat each other in the top 15, you don't drop, you don't go anywhere.
But look at the strength of schedule. Because you guys decided that everybody, but then you go play somebody else outside of conference, and guess what happens?
Right.
You guys are not playing good enough. Oh, we play outside of conference. Yeah, guys. When you're playing FCS and those lower, that doesn't count. Okay.
I saw the greatest comment after the game yesterday with Denver, that Stidham was worn out from the SEC schedule still. So,
yeah.
Well, he didn't play good. I'm like, come on, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Again, no hate on SEC. Like,
just be realistic. That's the thing. That's what I don't like about all of the sports people. It's like, come on, man. Like, don't make it out like it's a gauntlet, as Butthead says.
Yeah.
It's not a gauntlet. It's only a gauntlet in your mind, because you think everybody's so good because everybody's so highly ranked. And it's not. This goes back to an argument I had in college when I made a D in algebra with my algebra teacher, and I'm bad in math.
Oh, I'm horrible. When it comes to testing, I'm horrible.
Yeah. So my argument with the algebra teacher was, well, how do we know these formulas are right? So what do you mean? It's like, well, who created these formulas that says this equals that and this over this equals that? It was arbitrarily just picked out of thin air one day. Mm-hmm. So how do I know it's right? That's my thought process on the rankings of these teams. Like, how do you know Tennessee is a number 5 team in the country? They're dog shit.
Yeah.
So it's just arbitrarily picked, like an algebra formula.
And doesn't work. And listen, ESPN, it's in their best interest to make sure that they do their absolute darnest to have the SEC do better, the Big Ten do better, because that's where they have put their money. That's where they have put all of their interest in going for. Like, listen, guys, I don't have to try to convince you. Go watch it yourself.
Yeah.
Go watch it yourself. How many times do they talk about the SEC schools? How many times they got the SEC channel, for God's sakes?
Right.
Yes, granted, they do have an ACC. Do they still have the ACC channel?
They do. They created that because there was such a backlash of, well, you got the SEC network. So the ACC actually tried to create their own network. I think it started out through Raycom, which was kind of the ACC regional network. And then ESPN, I guess, bought it.
Yeah.
Just so they could bring it in, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you some money, we'll give you a little exposure. We're ESPN, but you're not the SEC.
No,
I mean, there's
they don't have the Big Ten, because the Big Ten mostly is Fox.
Yeah, and I know Big Ten has some kind of network. I don't know where they're located. Are they on Fox, or are they just independent? I don't know.
They're independent. Yeah, they have their own channel. So.
Well, that's just like when they brought in Texas and Oklahoma. Texas had their own network because they think they're better than they are. They're like the hot girl that thinks that she's the thing, and it's like, yeah, you're really not.
Again, it's just, yeah. I'm just happy to see that there are some other schools, right? Like, I mean, that's what I like. Like, for example, like this year for the college football playoffs, I was super happy to see Miami. I was super happy to see Indiana, right? Like, and as someone who I root for Ohio State, like, I mean, that's who I'm from. Grew up in Cleveland, right? So, like, I didn't go to Ohio State. I went to a smaller school, Kent State. But like, I still root for Ohio State.
Right.
But I wasn't like I think I've gotten to the point, like you and me, we both agree on this. Like, I'm pretty sensible when it comes to this. Like, I've gotten to the point where, like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I keep beating the drum for the ACC is a better conference than people give it credit for. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's the best conference. I'm not saying it's necessarily better
Hmm.
than these other conferences. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, screw y'all. We're better than y'all.
Yeah.
We're at least as good as y'all. We're better in some ways. I had no doubt in my mind Miami was going to do well because Miami is a hell of a good team, and they've been a good team all year long. They just got screwed out of the playoff, and they're a solid team, and it was no surprise that they went on the run that they went on to me
Strong
because
team. Mario Cristobal has done an absolute wonderful job at that program.
yeah,
Absolutely wonderful job.
the thing about the teams in the ACC is that again we're not highly ranked, and most teams in the ACC end up with 2 or 3 losses because it's a
Mhm.
tough conference to go undefeated in. I don't care what everybody's like, oh, Clemson does so good because they play in the ACC. No, they do good because they beat really good competition in the ACC.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of that past success, just like a lot of these other teams. I mean, for instance, let's go to Alabama. Alabama's been the standard forever with Nick Saban.
Hmm.
Alabama had the number 23 portal class. They're not what they once were.
No, not anymore.
By
No.
any stretch of the imagination.
NIL has changed that. We've said
Right.
that.
And to me, that's what NIL has done is has eliminated the depth. And that's what the teams that had like Clemson, like Alabama, even Ohio State, to some extent, which Ohio State still has some depth, but not like they used to. These teams don't have the depth on the bench that they used to because nobody sits around and waits for their turn.
Mm-mm.
They go somewhere else and want to be the star
No, I
somewhere
want to
else.
play right now, dude.
Right. And all NIL has done is leveled the playing field across the board. It's created parity across the NFL, across the college football landscape.
NFL
Just like
division.
well, it's just like I mean, it's just like the NFL is because there's a cap, and not to get off track, because we'll talk about this later in the week in the other shows. Is baseball? If they get to a salary cap, all that's going to do is help level the playing field for the lesser teams to have a more competitive balance.
Yeah.
And to me, I've been saying this for years, and I still think it's true. ACC has more competitive balance in that conference, top to bottom, than any of the other conferences. Big Ten might be perceived as a better conference. I think Big Ten thinks they're the best conference in football again now because they've won the last 3 national championships.
I'll say that.
Right. They've done, but again, they and the SEC, the perception of their greatness is because of the level of their top end. Their top end is, their top speed can fly, but them lower gears, they ain't hitting on nothing.
With the Big Ten, you have your haves and you have your have-nots. That's just that's 100% a given. And with all due
respect, which is always disrespect to Phil, Gamecocks won 4 games. Gamecocks are number 21. They say the Gamecocks have a better portal class than Georgia, Alabama, and Oklahoma and Missouri. And Missouri's been making some damn moves. But South Carolina is still, they're a bottom half. They have always been a bottom half team since they joined the SEC. I don't care what they think. They've had a few good years here and there. They joined the SEC. They bowed up. We're in the SEC. We're part of the greatest conference. All they've ever done for 30 years is wave the SEC flag because they've barely had a chance to wave their own flag. And I'm not trying to beat up South Carolina because I live here. I wish them success. I always said I would rather them be undefeated when we win at the end of the year than them be a dog shit team because it does nothing for us.
No, it doesn't.
Everybody always counts that as, oh, it's a quality win against an SEC opponent. No, it's a quality win against a shitty SEC opponent.
Yeah. It's
I
it's not
want
even a
South
quality
Carolina to
win.
be
It's
good.
not even a quality win. It's just
It's
a win.
it's just a win. It's just another win, and for a lot of years, and Phil knows this, for a lot of years, it was a guaranteed win. That hasn't always been the case lately. Shane Beamer, when he came in, I was like, "Mm, he's gonna do pretty good," 'cause they finally got off their ass and got a coach that wasn't some big name guy. Because I even said when they hired, Spurrier, "If Spurrier can't win here, nobody can win here.
Yeah.
It's just not possible." And they won here until he just kinda gave up.
It's like, I'm done. You guys are not
Yeah,
helping me out here.
yeah, exactly, and, Beamer, I thought when they brought him in, it's gonna be different. He's a young coach. I kept saying they need to go get their own Dabo, which that's not to mean the way Dabo thinks. That means go get you a young guy that's hungry, ready to be a head coach, and can build something, and that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Problem is you're trying to build something in the SEC that's not gonna let you build anything.
Yeah, because you got the bigger teams. Hopefully they do, man. Hopefully they make some good strides there because like I'm tired of seeing the same SEC teams. So all right, I think we beat this dog to death on this one. So I have something else to talk about right now.
Oh, well, real quick, there were no North Carolina teams at all on that top 25 portal list. So
I'm not
nobody in
surprised.
no teams in North Carolina, and
Not surprised.
obviously Clemson's not on there either. The only ACC teams that are on there were Virginia Tech, Louisville, and Cal.
Oh no, Virginia Tech has been doing some things. Like I
Well,
mean,
that's
listen,
Franklin. I mean, Franklin
Franklin.
comes in, he's a name, so he's gonna bring
Oh yeah,
some
that
stuff.
dude has been. I'm happy for that.
Yeah,
I that's something that I kind of wanted to see happen because the way that everything ended at Penn State,
yep,
I was like, this dude is about to take so many players from so many other places. It's gonna be great. So, and that's another SEC team that's gonna be able to compete now, right?
yeah,
And so, I mean, on
right,
paper,
yep,
right, on paper, this is gonna be a team that's gonna be able to compete because we don't know that yet.
yep.
And so, hey, listen, did you know that the college baseball season usually starts around mid-February?
I do. I'm ready for it. I keep looking for games. I definitely am ready for college baseball to get going here.
So I also went on another little rabbit hole yesterday. Guys, I was in the house the whole day. Okay, like this weekend, I was inside the house. I didn't go out anywhere, and so I looked at when does it typically end. So here's a typical season flow for most programs in college baseball. So we have February 13th through the 15th. That's your regular season games, tournaments. That starts right. You got those little early tournaments, and they usually happen down in the South or on the West Coast. February through March, non-conference games, weekend series. Mid-March, conference play starts. Late April through May, conference series, last regular season weekends. Then you got May 25th. That's when the NCAA tournament selection happens. And then June 12th through the 21st is the College World Series that's going to happen in Omaha. So like it's all really like it's a lot of games and it's all compacted right there in that small amount of time. So then I said, okay, what are the schedules, right? And so let's take a look at and I went on ChatGPT. I was like, ChatGPT, give me the schedules for North Carolina, South Carolina colleges starting this year for 2026, right? North Carolina college baseball schedule. Their first series is they open February 13th through the 15th. And check this out at the Puerto Rico Challenge.
Oh, nice. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they're playing. Here are the teams that they're playing: Washington, Indiana State, and Seton Hall.
Okay.
Okay, so they're in Puerto Rico, February 13th through the 15th. Their home opener is not until February 18th when they play Winthrop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so that's NC State. That's the Wolfpack right there. Okay, then it gave me the schedule for UNC Wilmington, the Seahawks baseball. They're February through 15th. They're going to be playing a non-conference against Maryland. Okay. Midweek weekend games include East Carolina March 4th, NC State March 17th, and April. So, okay, but let's just stick to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Charlotte, the 49ers. Okay. The 49ers have home and non away conferences. They didn't give me a lot of information because I couldn't find out a whole lot, but they played some South Carolina, Chapel Hill, Clemson. They do play Clemson April 14th at Truist Field in Charlotte. So there you go.
They also play February 17th at Clemson.
There it is.
Charlotte does.
Okay, so there you go. So there's your February or early February. University of North Carolina, UNC. All right, the Tar Heels. February 13th through the 15th, they have a home series versus Indiana. And then the 20th through the 22nd, they have their annual 3-game series versus East Carolina, Greenville, Durham, and Chapel Hill. So they're going to be going around around those areas. So I think I'm might try to go to the Durham one.
And that's which teams again? That's
UNC and East Carolina.
East Carolina, okay.
Yeah, the Pirates.
Yep.
Then the Duke Blue Devils, they played February 13th in May versus Maine in Durham. During Durham, so there's that. Wake Forest, February 13th through the 15th. They are in the Puerto Rico Challenge. They're also playing against Houston, Washington, and Indiana. So they're down there as well. So now we go to South Carolina. We got your boys. All right, Clemson, the Tigers, right? February 13th through the 15th, the Army Series is what they got.
I want to try to get that's Valentine's weekend. I don't know if Ron will let me get away. I'd absolutely love to go see them play West Point. Maybe that Sunday afternoon.
So they're there. Some early games. You said February 17th against Charlotte. Then you got the February 20th through the 22nd. They got Bryant and then Presbyterian after that.
Yeah, and then right after that, Phil mentioned February 28th, Clemson at USC at Segra Park here in Columbia. So Clemson and South Carolina do kind of a similar thing to what you were talking about with North Carolina. They
go around different.
Yeah, they play a home away with a neutral in the middle every year, and that neutral alternates every year between Fluor Field in Greenville and Segra Park here in Columbia, depending on who has the 2 home games for the 3-game series normally.
I like that.
Because it used to be 2 at Clemson, 1 at South Carolina. The next year, vice versa. Then they started the neutral. So yeah, I actually already have my normal Fireflies table for the Saturday game here at Segra Park, and I picked up 2 tickets. I was telling you before the show. Hopefully, if everything works out well, Zach Beeson will be here, and me and him will be at Clemson on Sunday for that game because he's really wanting to go to a game at Doug Kingsmore Stadium and cross that off his list.
That's amazing. All right.
One other quick thing, not to sidetrack it too much, but Clemson I told you, Clemson has a lot of neutral site games. Just a couple of other early neutral site games they have. Michigan State on March 4th at Fluor Field in Greenville, and Georgia Southern down Phil's Way in Augusta at SRP Park in North Augusta where the Green Jackets play. And then when you start getting into mid-March, they've got a 2-game series in Charleston, one at College of Charleston, and then the next day they play Citadel at the River Dogs Stadium. So they're hit, and they got a few more at the Charlotte Knights Stadium and the Spartan Burgers going on into later in the season. But yeah, they're doing a lot of neutral site games this year, which is pretty cool.
I like that. Okay, then we got a couple more. We got the South Carolina Gamecocks. All right, Phil, here's your team, buddy. The February 13th, they're playing Northern Kentucky at home midweek. Then versus Walford, February 17th. Garner Webb, February 18th. And then they do the 22nd to 22nd Military Appreciation Weekend hosting Army, Navy, and Air Force.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yep. February 20 through the 22nd, Military Appreciation Weekend hosting Army, Navy, and Air Force.
Huh.
So
now that's Bronda's birthday weekend, so I don't know if I'll even get a chance.
Yeah, you're probably not going to do that. Don't even bother.
But I would love to go see them play against Navy for sure, especially if I could get to a Clemson Army game.
Yeah.
And go see a South Carolina Navy game. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if I can swing that or not. But
then they got the February 27th through the 1st is that Clemson 3-game rivalry.
Yeah.
So there's that right there. Then you got the Chanticleers, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They open against Fairfield at home. So there's that. So I looked up also Campbell University, right? FCS school here.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, not too far from me. They have a 3-game series, February 13th, 14th, and 15th At February 15th, it's at 5 o'clock at Bowie Creek and Jim Perry Stadium. So they're starting here down here. That little stadium, I'm going to tell you right now, it is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. They got the the Fighting Camel logo on the outfield because it's all turf.
Right.
And it is, dude, it's a nice little, you could put a little minor league team there. Like a collegiate wood bat, you can definitely put a team there for
Yeah.
sure. So, yeah, definitely going to
They
try to make it one this year for sure.
Speaking of turf fields, the Blowfish announced last week that they are this season they're in construction right now. They're replacing the entire field here for the Blowfish with
Nice.
turf. So they have an issue with rainouts. That field's never been great with drainage. So I'm anxious to see what that looks. I'm not a big fan of playing on turf.
Neither am I, but I get it.
But yeah, I get it from a maintenance standpoint, especially for a wood bat team like them and all that. And they do host some other smaller college games over there as well this time of year. Some of the more northern teams come down in the spring, so that will help them be able to bring more of those kind of things there as well.
You know, I'm glad you say that because I'm pulling out the Coastal Plains League, which by the way, they're going to be on Flow Sports. So they're going to be you'll be able to watch some games there through there. I got to get some pricing on that. Just because it says you got to be specific about what you choose as far as like what you want to like whether you want to do the collegiate sports or you want to do like anybody. I don't know. I gotta take a look at more of that. You've done it, right? You signed
Well,
up for it.
I did it for the hockey because we'll watch Checkers games here at the house
Yeah.
sometimes because we've gotten into them and I
Yeah.
like to throw that on every once in a while. Um, I don't remember it being specific, but it might be that I just picked Flow Hockey.
Gotcha.
But I'll have to look at my subscription, I guess, and see because I think there's other things that come up on there that I can watch. I just need to. I don't know. I didn't look at it because I was only doing it for hockey to start with. I
Because
know
I'm
Virgil talks about
Yeah.
college, some other college sports that he follows there, smaller college basketball, I think.
Yeah, he does. And the reason I want to watch it because I mean, there's some collegiate woodpet leagues that I want to be able to catch up on this year. The Northwoods League is no longer on. They have their own place. They're on Flow Sports.
Yeah.
And so now that you got the Zebulon team, I'm invested in this team. I'm invested in the Salamanders team, right? Because that's right in my backyard here, right?
Yep.
Then you also have Wilson, who now is going to be Smithfield, but they're not playing this year. They're going to be taking a year off
Yep.
to play. And so, I want to make sure that I'm keeping up with them because this is something that you and me, we all discuss here on Breakfast Takes, right? Even with the guys, we discuss minor league baseball. So this year, I want to take a look. Time to go see how many students show up today. Hey, Phil, stay safe, my friend. Be good.
Hey, hopefully you'll have a good, easy day, and most of them will be like, I'm staying home.
Let's
Parents
chill
are like,
today,
just stay
right?
home for the day. If parents are off work,
I'm
kids are
not.
probably staying home.
I'm working. This is BS, bro.
I know Rhonda talked about going to the office. She's like, well, you can take me over to the office today. I'm like,
Do I really want to?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't want her driving in this mess, though.
Yeah, so you're going to do it.
Yeah.
But there's the schedule coming up here for the Coastal Plains League. They start actually, if you think about it, and again, we're just getting ahead of ourselves here, but their game starts on like usually late May.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekends normally they're kind of benchmark for starting.
So they're gonna. I'm excited because they got him here. Like they got. Obviously, they still don't have the actual schedules for right now, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, the league doesn't have the schedule out, but I think if you go to individual teams, a lot of them do have their schedules out. Because I know the Blowfish have their schedule out.
Let's look at the Holly Springs Salamanders because that's the team that's like down the road. And look at that, May 2nd, May 22nd. They're going to be playing here. Actually, no, North Main Athletic Complex, right? They're going to be playing versus Catawba Valley Stars, the Yorktown Coconuts, that whole weekend. So they're going to be doing some. It's interesting because they do out of conference technically games,
Right? Yeah,
and I'm sure the Blowfish do the same thing.
yeah. The Catawba Valley Stars is an interesting one because it's kind of like an independent all-star kind of a wooden bat
Right.
team, and it's it's a pretty good. It's almost like it's almost like a college team, like a homecoming game, like for a college football team. That you
I
bring in
got
a
you.
smaller school, they're kind of bringing in a little bit of a smaller program.
I got you.
It's got players that are a lot, kind of a mix of ages and stuff too. So
And if you go on to their for the Salamanders or like any teams, like their website for the shop, not a whole lot going on right now with them.
yeah,
So if you're looking to get stuff, I would just wait it out, guys, for sure. You know which
absolutely.
one I do need a Yard Gnomes hat. I don't have
Same
one.
here. I never did get one when they first came out. I liked the yellow one that they had, the yellow dad hat.
Yep,
Um, but
we'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
They have CapX?
Oh, they started using CapEx. Okay.
They have CapX. Yep, they do. Anyways, their schedule for the Yard Gnomes, the Greenville Yard Gnomes is May 23rd against. Oh no, this is their old schedule because there's already scores on them.
Oh, so maybe the Yard Gnomes haven't updated their website yet.
Yep,
Then
they haven't done that yet. So it is May 23rd. Oh, see, that's 2025 promo schedule. They don't have anything out yet. So now we got to wait on them.
yep. Yeah, the Blowfish open up on the 28th at Florence against the Flamingos. The one thing I don't necessarily like a lot about the CPL is they play the same teams over and over again in their own divisions. They don't play a lot of
They don't go out of their.
out of the division a lot. I mean, we got a boatload of games against the Bacon and Flamingos, and I get it.
Bacon, baby.
Macon's kind of, they're kind of stuck out way down in the south end of the conference or of the league, actually.
Yeah.
So we're probably the closest team for them. So I get that travel wise, it's better for them to play here a lot. But yeah, we play a lot against them. So we open up basically at Florence, at home against Macon, on the road against Macon, and then we go up to Forest City against the Owls. And we play the High Point Thomasville High Toms here in Lexington on June 3rd. I'm gonna have to go check that game out because I've never seen the High Toms.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see. I'm on Flow Sports. I went down the rabbit hole again. Like, how much is it going to be for Flow Sports College and all that? So, anyways, guys, then we got the Wilmington Sharks. Same thing. Like I'm looking at their schedule. Let's take a look here. 2026 schedule coming soon. Guys, we're already here. We gotta, we gotta get going with this, guys. We can't be just lollygagging with this. Unreal. Anywho, so we got some schedules that we can definitely take a that we're going to be able to take a look at, and then keep an eye on scores for that. Obviously, we will go over those scores. We are North Carolina, South Carolina, right? Like you said, the Blowfish right in your backyard. You go there. You go to your team there. The Fireflies, right? Like that's your backyard. Durham Bulls for me.
Yeah.
Right here. And I'm very excited to find out exactly how this is going to play out with the new Zebulon team, right? In the CPL, in the Coastal Plains League, right?
Yeah.
How is that going to play out? Because we've been talking about that. They're going to be playing some all Australian players, right? It's a new team, new identity. They're doing some great things. I am reaching out for the podcast. I am reaching out to them to bring them on to have a discussion about that. So I'm very excited for what's going on with that.
Very good. Hey, real quick, I didn't do this last week because I had my other hat on, but I wanted to give a shout out for this logo that last week, the Queen City Grits that the Checkers played as alternate identity, sort of a what if night.
Yeah.
This was such a cool logo. It was designed by Zach Harvey, who used to work for the Checkers. I think he spent 9 years with the Checkers. He's a freelance creative director, doing some other things now, not with the Checkers directly, just kind of jumped out on his own. But I got to meet him at the game because he came back to see the reveal of the identity he started creating a couple years ago. Like everything with these guys, it takes a little while to get it all out
Correct.
to get produced and everything. And I noticed after they played that Sunday, Saturday game.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think which one we went to. Saturday a week ago.
One of those games.
Yeah. As the Grits identity, by midweek they posted on their social media the last little bit of merch that they had, and they were reordering the sweaters, the jerseys.
Yeah.
You could pre-order one if you didn't get one because they sold out of all those
No way.
jerseys. Yeah. So that identity went over really well. And I'm excited. I got 2 Grits identities now. I got the Carolina Grits from the Fireflies, and now I got the Queen City Grits from the Checkers. And anyway, it's a very cool logo, very cool design. So yeah, I just wanted to give Zach a shout out real quick. And
do you eat grits in the morning, or do you eat grits in whenever?
It's mostly in the morning. I mean, I've had grits at night. A lot of times we'll do breakfast for dinner, and Rhonda will do a pot of grits. She makes a mean pot of grits. So
I like it.
Just something I grew up on. It's just a staple of Southern cooking, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. I could eat grits all the time.
I love it. All right, guys, we are at the top of the hour. Thank you for joining us today. We had a good discussion when it comes to transfer portal. We discussed college football, college baseball schedules that are going to be here. We're right around the corner. We're at the end of the month already, here on January. And then now we're going to be into February. And then now baseball season starts. And then I'm excited about that. Make sure you guys are following Donnie, following me. We are pretty much on every social media, including Blue Sky. And so make sure that you join us, and then we will see you guys next week, Monday at 6 a.m. All right. We will be talking about something. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We got this.
We'll have plenty to talk about.
We do. You guys take care. We'll see you guys.